It's always great to listen to the communication of the teams. We're going to listen to our team leader, our director, Mike Wells, as he cuts the pictures at the start of this race at Talladega.
Crowd on 3. Crowd and the cars. Crowd in the cars, Pony. Ready to dissolve 3. Dissolve 3. Push on in 3. Ready to dissolve 8. Push on in. Ready to dissolve 8. And dissolve 8. Go pan with him, George. 33. Take 33. First side by side, Chris. Pan, 34. 34. Take 4. Ready 45 to 46 to 5. Ready 45. Take 45. Ready 46. Take 46. Ready 5. Take 5. First side by side. Ready 55. We're leaving the frame on 55. Ready 55. Take 55. Go to the first side by side. Pan. Ready 6. Take 6. First side by side. Ready 16. Take 16. Good side by side. Ready 3. And take 3.
Communication is paramount at Talladega.
We saw a lot of communication on that restart, that first initial start, with the Stewart-Haas teams all working together to get in line on the front. You see them. They're pulling away, Jeff.
Yeah, that line is, you see 4 Stewart-Haas cars, but when they did that, what also happened was it put 4 Hendrick cars in line as well. There's Jimmy Johnson trying to get to the back of William Byron in that yellow 24 car. Here comes Jimmy Johnson with some help from Chase Elliott.
208 miles an hour we just saw out of Jimmy Johnson's car, and problems for David Reagan. No power on the 38.
Huge disappointment for that team. David Reagan's a really good plate racer, going really slow down the back straightaway. This is a place where they could put themselves in contention and win, have trouble early in the race. Devastating.
Be interested to see if he can get that car around the pit road, gets off the racetrack safely without creating a caution situation.
Look at this inside line. This inside line is really formed up nicely.
Let's look at what happened to David Reagan off of turn 4. There he is. He's going to do it. When he realizes this, watch how quickly he gets out of line. He's losing power. He's losing power. He gets off the nose of the 2 car. Really saves all those guys behind him. Brad was just getting ready to make contact. That would have made a chain reaction, possibly a crash. Really, really smart move. Kelly.
David Reagan telling his team just now that he shut it down, refired it. It came back to life for just a second, but then it's showing low oil pressure, so he's going to bring that 38 car down to pit road.
If he loses the lead, if he even goes back to second or third or fourth at any point in this race, this late on tires, he's going to have a real handling problem.
Well, now we're under 2 laps to go, so who will make the first move, and how late will they make it? The other thing is, as an organization, they don't want to screw this situation up, racing for potentially a stage win. They don't want to wreck each other this early in this race still.
Be interesting to see what these guys are doing on throttle. Let's see if we can listen to the 4 car. Running single file 4 car group. Are they lifting any here? So far, full throttle for the 4 car of Harvick.
And you would think these 4 cars would just stay in line, get these stage points, and be done with it. But we just left a round where 3 people tied, and the best finish determined it. So 1 point can make a difference. So, Kevin Harvick's in really good shape, but we've seen how aggressive he is. We saw him pass Kurt Busch at Chicago to get a stage win. So here we are, coming to the final lap. Let's see if somebody's going to make a move.
Marty.
Eric Almirola asked the 4 car to go high here. He really wants the point to win this stage, guys. Don't be surprised if the 10 tries something here.
He's not going to be able to make any move on his own. Not with any help behind him. He'll need that 4 to give that position up. Look, back. The 14's backing up to the 4, trying to get a run.
Look at the 10 trying to check to the outside. Does he have a run? He gets to the outside of the 4. Will he try to side draft him? He can't get to the quarter panel. They come through the tri-oval for the final time, and it looks as though it's going to be close. Almirola is going to finish in 4th.
Wow. So they didn't have team orders, and Kevin Harvick didn't want to give him that point.
Now we saw Stewart-Haas Racing, they're not leading this race anymore. The 21.
Oh, look out! We got a spin.
And 48. Jimmy Johnson goes around, coming through the tri-oval, and it looks as though he's not going to catch anyone else.
Oh, is he going to hit that? Oh.
He does hit the inside wall. So a lot of damage, I'm sure, to the left front of the 48. every point matters, Marty. And once again, now it's a situation where Eric Almirola, he is even with the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. running 1, 2, 3, 4, all but 2 green flag laps today. The difference has been the 4 out front now. The 41 was out front for most of the laps earlier. That's 99 laps led.
See this outside lane with Austin Dillon trying to run himself up through there, being pushed like by Logano. That's going to take some energy away from that bottom lane.
Oh, Brad Keselowski gets to the outside of his teammate. Now Joey to the bottom.
And this the final lap, the final time out of turn 4 before they come into the tri-oval. What an incredibly dominant performance we've seen from Stewart-Haas Racing through the first 2 stages. This time it's Kevin Harvick. They stay in line again. Harvick, Boyer, Kurt Busch, Almirola. And the stage points get added. And Almirola now 2 points back from the cut line. Stewart-Haas Racing has been unbeatable, and Kevin Harvick wins stage 2.
Yeah, no teammates working with each other right here. First time we've seen a restart without teammates leading it.
That bottom line's more organized. Jamie McMurray closer to Brad Keselowski. Byron not much help from Bubba Wallace right now. Here comes Bubba with a run.
Trying to give a little bit more of a shove here. 3 wide behind him. Here comes Kurt Busch in the 41 right up the middle.
Whoa, look out.
And a little shove
Jamie
there.
Murray makes a block that throws the 21 down the racetrack under the line.
4 wide as they go into turn 4 or 3. 4 wide. First we've seen of this.
Business always picks up in the third stages of these races.
And I think it's important. We heard Dale Jarrett, Steve Letarte talking about handling. We saw how the 41 car is skewed out. Right now, new tires, you need to pick these spots up, because if you don't get them now, it's going to become more difficult as your car handling starts to go away.
Now 3 wide as they dive into turn 1.
Whoa, Bubba Wallace on the nose of the 22 car almost turns himself around. Logano has to check up a little bit. Look at the separation it creates.
An organization up front. The first 5 cars have tried to stay in single file, but behind them, it's 3 wide. And black flag's going to be displayed for the 1 of Jamie McMurray, forcing the 21 below the double yellow line.
They said they would possibly black flag you if you did throw that block. It's kind of a gray area, but let's take a look at this replay and see if we get a good look at it. There's Jamie McMurray. Paul Menard ducks down low. Jamie sees him, goes down there to block it. Yep, that's a force below. Hard to argue that call that NASCAR's made.
Yeah, now the rule is if you push someone below the yellow line in an effort to keep them from passing you, they can black flag you. That was pretty obvious.
So that will be unfortunate for McMurray, who started up in the 2nd row. He'll have to come to pit road. Penske drivers on the outside. Stewart-Haas on the inside. And once again, diving into turn 1.
Look what happened there.
Boyer got a bad restart.
I wonder if he did that on purpose.
Yeah, the 10 jumped in front.
His loudest teammate to get inside there on that line. And now all 4 Stewart-Haas cars back on the inside, back organized. Oh, my goodness.
They did it again.
They did.
I said it was a bad restart, but that was
It was a great restart.
That was exactly what he wanted to do, and it made it work. But again, the aggression level is going to go up. I think now you start seeing more side drafting. You start seeing these guys. They know Stewart-Haas has the fastest car. They're going to have to do something different than they've been doing in the early part of these races.
It's 3 against 4. Stewart-Haas versus Penske. Penske on the outside line, lined up. Brad Keselowski, Blaney, and Logano all together, trying to make that outside work.
It's a shorter distance around the bottom of the racetrack. So right now, Stewart-Haas Racing, who has the faster cars and has the preferred line, how does Penske battle that right now?
I don't know if they do. You're just going to have to side draft really hard on the car on the inside, make it almost impossible for him to clear you.
Stewart-Haas Racing has successfully separated themselves, and now they're going to fight amongst themselves.
Oh, we got a crash in the back here in turn 4.
Into turn 4, up into the wall. The 23's there, as well as Alex Bowman in the 88. The caution will come out.
Right damage, guys, right rear.
It's going to go to overtime.
You knew it was coming. You knew it had to happen.
Pretty heavy right side damage.
William Byron involved. Alex Bowman, as well as that 23 of J.J. Yaley. Free pass will go to Ryan Newman. So much damage to the 23 of Yaley. Alex Bowman in the 88 said how much they needed a win at this racetrack. And you see all the damage. The left rear torn up, the right front. Bowman had come into this race 34 points below the cutoff line. Now 63 points out. That's a must-win situation for him at Kansas.
Let's take a look at the replay over in turn 3.
We knew something like this was about to happen.
Got Alex in the middle on the outside. Trevor Bain. Trevor gets a little loose, but they're 4 wide here. And it looks like that Alex gets loose. Just the air around that car created that. I do not believe that the 32 of Matt DiBenedetto touched that 88. It was just where the 88 was and the lack of downforce and air and side force on that car. It just got loose and spun out.
And not something uncommon with these Hendrick Motorsports cars. We've seen this over and over. When they get 3 wide and get in these compromising positions, they become very difficult to drive, and the cars, you know, that's probably the 7th, 8th time we've seen a Hendrick Motorsports car do that over the last several years.
Rick, you see one of those cars on the apron, Kevin Harvick. He said all of a sudden the fuel pressure dropped. He flipped his switch going to a reserve tank. They think they may not have enough fuel even to make it to the green flag here. They're talking about maybe coming down pit road, Parker.
And Marty, Ryan Blaney's in the same position, just said it started sputtering there. He's flipped the switch as well. Real fuel concerns for the 12 car as well.
Just heard him say you're coming to pit road.
So that's going to split that's going to change the game. Now, you see Blaney, he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. Harvick, he's coming to pit road. That moves Logano behind Boyer. That's going to change the strategy of these Stewart-Haas cars.
No strategy at all now for Stewart-Haas Racing because one of their players completely off the track on pit road. Here they come to the restart zone. Overtime presented by Credit One Bank. Green flag back in the air, 2 laps to go.
And be watching for somebody to run out of fuel in this pack and cause a major problem.
Up through the gears. The 41 accelerating well. Kurt Busch looking for the win. Clint Boyer running second. Almirola third on that outside.
Big push coming from the outside. Both lines are organized. But Kurt Busch is going to stop that inside line. Here comes Almirola.
Almirola on the outside.
Look at that.
Big push from Boyer on the 41.
And
Someone
now
runs out of
Menard.
gas now, Rick. It's going to be a huge wreck. The 4 is out of gas. How can the teammates still be running?
Did he save enough fuel? The
41 goes up
of
the block.
Kurt Busch blocks Almirola. Coming back to the white flag.
You got to know Eric Almirola is super hungry. He had so many chances to win races, hadn't been able to pull one off. If he can get some help from behind, he's going to be aggressive.
One more time around. Will they have enough fuel? Their teammate ran out of gas into the wall.
crash.
Matt DiBenedetto in the 32.
And there's a big wreck behind you, big wreck behind you.
The caution won't come out if it will not affect the end of this race. We'll see if NASCAR will throw it. If they have to get to the drivers to make sure they're okay, they would throw a caution. But right now, they're still green.
Look at that Stenhouse. Doesn't have any help. He's going to get up here and give a push to the 10, but he doesn't have any help behind him.
Almirola
Here he goes.
moves
Almirola
to the outside.
The 41's out of gas. Almirola to the lead.
Almirola
Big
comes out
run.
of 4. Does he have enough gas to get to the finish line? Almirola all the way to the bottom of the track. Eric Almirola is going to win at Talladega.
Yes, I freaking love you guys.
But you, my friend, were the one that made it through for the finish. Congratulations on that win, buddy.
Oh, man. That is so awesome at Talladega. You guys are awesome. Man, I've been so close so many times this year. And the Smithfield team, everybody believing in me, Tony Stewart, Gene Haas, for giving me a chance. 4 or 5 times this year, I feel like we've had a shot to win and haven't been able to seal the deal. And to come here, a place that I love. I won an Xfinity race here last year, and I just love racing at Talladega. And I came to the track with the mindset that we're going to go race and we're going to go give them hell. And if we wreck, we wreck. And if we win, we win. And we won!
You did it, buddy!
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.